Hello, my name is Anna Thellmann. I'm a sexual intimacy expert and I help you to get your orgasm back. I'm a guest at the online prosperity show with Prosper, and we're going to talk about how your sex life can actually improve your business. So make sure to tune in.
Now, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Online Prosperity Show. I'm your host, Prosper Taruvinga, and today we have a remarkable guest joining us. Anna, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm very well. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Now, for those that are just tuning in, Anna is a sexual intimacy expert that is based in China. And Anna's focus is on guiding women to cultivating long-lasting, fulfilling, and shame-free sexual and intimate relationships. It's going to be spicy, girls, so watch out. And, her coaching program, Get Your Orgasm Back, has helped women worldwide to regain confidence, build body positivity, and also rediscover their own desires. And ultimately, this saves their marriages, and it actually spills out to them having a life that is well worth living. Now, Anna has an impressive track record of assisting over 250 clients in shifting from self-sabotage to self-empowerment. And you can see her positivity as she comes on the show because she is truly an expert in this realm. So she brings in a unique blend of coaching, psychological theories, and also NLP technologies. Now, Anna, I could go on and on talking about your accolades and everything else that comes along with, your track record. Tell us a little bit about your personal journey and how you actually became a sexual intimacy coach.
Well, it's a long time coming around, to be honest, because for a long time, I didn't know what I want to be when I grow old. So many have that, they are 8 years old, they know exactly what they want to be when they're older. And I never had that. And eventually, when I was 31, I had a project with the apprentices at the corporates that I was working at. And I discovered my passion for learning and development, for sharing my knowledge, for guiding them, and finding their hidden talents, their hidden desires, and help them to overcome their fears, because they had to present to the board and train them, and we went through it. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do. So I pursued the academic path and did my master's in learning and development in HR management. I did NLP to do that. And eventually I got a job as an apprenticeship coach at the local college in Chichester. And I discovered my passion for coaching. I was like, oh my God, this is what I was working for. All the years of studying, of gaining that knowledge was for me to become the coach. And when I did that, I had days where I was coaching for 8 hours non-stop. But I was, even though physically exhausted, mentally I was on a high. I was just like walking on clouds, you could say. And for me, that showed me like, yes, this is what I want to do. This is the way I want to help people. And then when we moved to China, I couldn't find a job because you need a visa to work here. And I didn't find a job that gave me that visa. So I switched for a couple of months to teaching English. And when I got the opportunity to set up my own business, to go back to coaching, I did that. So 2.5 years ago, I set up my own business here in China to be able to coach. And I started, probably like many other entrepreneurs, never had a business before, had no idea about marketing or anything around that. So I said, I just want to help people. I want people to love themselves. So I called myself a self-love coach. And I got very desperate because I didn't get any clients. So I got coaches. I would more say, not coaches in the sense that I help my clients, but more like mentors. And they helped me to say, oh, okay, you need to be more specific. So I followed their advice and it didn't work out. They made me change around with my niche every couple of months and nothing worked out. And when I left, I was completely overwhelmed and didn't know where to go from here. What do I want to do? Who am I? Who am I as a coach? Who is my target market? All of these questions came up and I didn't have an answer to it. So I decided the right niche will come, the right target group will just arise through what I'm doing. And I just went on and said, I'm a life coach. This is my methodology. And this is what I can help you with. And that was brilliant because it freed myself emotionally and mentally up to just be and let things happen in my business and in my private life. And eventually, after probably 9 months, I had this typical happening, getting out of the shower. And I had this idea, so all of these amazing tools work so great with the clients that I have in their life. Why wouldn't they work in the bedroom? And for me, it was that I told myself, I had that limiting belief that when I masturbate, in order for me to have an orgasm, I need to have this big, bold fantasy. I need to have a vivid idea of what's going on in my fantasy. How will it happen? How will it end? And there was preparation for that, to pick the right fantasy. And then when I went down to masturbate, it was this pressure that I built up as soon as a different thought came in. It was distracting and I was panicking. And my body was tensioning up. And even though I had an orgasm, it wasn't that fulfilling feeling that goes all through your body that you have when you climax. It was more of a release of the tension from, oh my God, it's over now. And so I thought, let's use my tools and see how they work. And I did that. I picked 2 tools, I used them, and I went down to business. And I had the best orgasm from masturbation in years, probably in decades. Because, yeah. And I thought, this is it. This is what I want to do. I want to help women to get their orgasm back, because I know now it's in your mind. Because I build up this limiting belief to say, no, this is how it is, instead of letting me just explore and being in the moment and feeling my body, and let myself come to the point where I'm just free of my thinking. I thought, this is what I want to share with the world. This is how I want to help women to have a more fulfilled sexual life with themselves and with their partner. Because I know from experience and also from talking to my girlfriends, when you're in a relationship for a couple of years, your sex life is not priority anymore. And usually what happens is it's not as exciting anymore. And I have many clients now who tell me it's more this thought that let's get it over with. So they go down to business, they have sex with their partner, and it's more this, yeah, let him come so he's happy, and then he will leave me alone for a week or two, and then I can go on with my day. And it can be different. There is a way that you can have fun and enjoyment and an orgasm. And I want to share that with the women and help them achieve that.
Fantastic. It's quite a bold position to be in, because not so many people have an understanding of the value of really having a healthy sexual life and what it emanates or it showcases as in your life. So what sort of difference has your life now become ever since you discovered this path and how you can actually show up in the world?
For me, from a business point of view, I've grown as a business owner because I'm more confident. I know now who I want to help, how I want to help them. And you probably know, when you have your niche, when you know who you serve, your message becomes clearer and you just pursue that path. So in that perspective, it was an eye-opener. On the other hand, at the beginning, I was quite desperate. I wanted to have clients. I wanted to help so desperately. And just by getting COVID, who forced me to stop, take a break, and just give myself the time to come back to who I am and who I want to serve, coming back to that feeling of serving, to that energy of I'm here to help instead of I'm here to make money. COVID taught me that. Take a break, come back to who you are. And from that moment onwards, it was just like an explosion because my energy changed, how I came across changed. I was in the serving energy. It's like, I'm here to help you. Tell me what's going on. I share my knowledge.
Absolutely. And, you know, you don't know what you don't know. And once you get to a certain level and start understanding how, you know, just who we are as people can actually, you know, manifest in the joy and, you know, excitement that comes along with, you know, really having an understanding of who we are. Now, could you maybe tell us a little bit about your coaching program? Because now you've got a program where you help people get their orgasm back. What's this all about? And is it just for women that you've designed this product for?
No, it's not just for women, it's for men as well, but I market it to the women. My marketing coach said you need to be specific so your message becomes clear. So that's what I'm doing. I'm marketing it to women, but I also have men in my program. And what it's about, I always like to say, imagine yourself to be a bucket. And that bucket is filled with crap. And the crap is that self-sabotaging thoughts, the doubts, the not accepting yourself, the perfectionism that you think, perfectionist that you think you are, the controller, whatever it is, all that negativity that stresses you physically. That's the crap. And what we do first is to remove that crap. So I teach my clients tools. I have a model. I have visualizations to get really down into their subconscious and release all of that negativity. So now the bucket is empty because we have let go of that negativity and we know now how to control our minds and how it works and how our thoughts become our results. And what we do now with the empty bucket is we fill it with positivity, with self-love, with self-acceptance, with confidence, with how to communicate in a way that is compassionate, but also where you can speak what you want without hurting anyone. Assertive, I think, is the right word. Not true. But yeah, so I teach you all of that. And now we fill up the bucket with all that positivity. And then I help you maintain those new habits because we all know that new habits are very hard to stick to, particularly if you're by yourself. So I made my program 6 months. Ideally, I recommend 6 months to all of my clients because you need time to get used to those new thoughts, to your new behaviors, to the way of thinking, to the way of talking. And that's what I want to help you with. So at the end of the 6 months that you flourish, you just can go out into the world and whatever happens, whatever shitstorm comes in, if I may say that, you know how to deal with it. May it be in business, may it be in your sexual life, may it be in any other area of your life. Because if you work on one part, but particularly if you work on your mindset, it has a ripple effect into every area of your life. And we talked about this briefly before. And I had a client, she said she had the best business month ever when she started working with me because her mindset changed.
Absolutely. And I quite like that you are now going into some client success story there. So you say the client's business mind change. Could you maybe elaborate how your program has actually influenced this and some sort of a result that it has given to this client, just so that our audience has an understanding of the correlation with what happens in the bedroom and taking it to the boardroom?
So she came to me and she said, Anna, I'm now in my 50s and I don't want to have sex anymore because it seems so much work, because I don't achieve an orgasm as easily anymore. So I just stop. I don't even get there. I don't even start having sex. And what became clear is that she was a controller. She wanted to control situations, not just in the bedroom, in the boardroom, in family life, everywhere. It turned out that she was controlling how her Christmas dinner was supposed to be, who is doing what. She made worksheets, anything. She loved to be in control and having all of that written down for not even for anyone to see, just for herself. And by changing that mindset, by letting go of the control, she was able to just be in the moment and enjoy and see what's happening. So for the bedroom, that meant if I have an orgasm or not, it doesn't matter. I just go and enjoy the physical intimacy with my partner, not making the orgasm as the goal or the non plus ultra. It's not that if I don't have that, everything is not good. And for her business, it meant just stepping back and letting things happen, not controlling. And as soon as she got a client request in, she was there stressing over it, what to do, send out emails more and more, and attacking the client, her client, with all the information and things she thought they would need, because she needed to be in control. So I want you to know all of this. But by changing her mindset and letting go of the need for control, she was like, got a client request here. That's fine. I see the client tomorrow. No need to do much apart from saying, hello, thank you for booking. I see you tomorrow. So she was calming down and letting things happen, being in the present, enjoying the time with the client instead of trying to control what is the next step. What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to do in order for that client to sign up? She was just able to be there and listen.
Absolutely. I mean, just being present and obviously being in the moment helps with a lot of things, not just when you're intimate with anyone, but just, in an instance where you're talking with someone, when the other person feels heard or understood, they actually also respond in a way that showcases that the intimacy is being reciprocated. Now, your program seems to sort of empower women, even though you say there are men involved, but do you not require two people within that sort of couple to come through and experience the learnings and the teachings, so that when they do go past the 6 months mark, they can now take over, knowing what they've learned from yourself?
I do work with couples, yes, but I work with them individually. And then every couple of weeks, so once a month, I have this rule. We come together, all three of us, and then we talk. Then we talk about what's going on in the relationship. But I believe that if you want a change, you need to start with yourself. And that's the best way to do that, is to work one-on-one with each individually. Because we need to see, okay, what is your thought process? How do you get there? What can we do with you? So the focus is on that one person for 1 hour. And I think that's very important. So you get the idea of, yes, I'm important. I can change. I can be part of this by helping myself first.
Absolutely, because you would understand and acknowledge this, that when you're flying, the flight attendants tell you to put your mask on first so that you'll be able to serve other people. So in this sort of instance, it will be imperative to sort of look after your own self so that, there's synergy within the bedroom there. Now, you did mention one of your clients is, did you say she was 50 years old? The one who then turned her business around, was she over 50? And she had sort of just decided she no longer had to care about that. But could you maybe share more about the misconception that, sexual desire sort of goes away with age, and why it's never too late to rekindle it?
Yeah, so from my experience with the women I talked and the clients I had, the sexual desire doesn't go away. What's usually happening is that the sex isn't exciting anymore. So when my clients come to me, usually what happens, we have two parts. Either it is the woman doesn't feel happy in her body. So the self-acceptance, the self-love for her body, for herself, isn't given at that stage. And they don't want to engage in sexual activity because they're ashamed of their body. You're frozen, so I don't know if you are still there.
I'm there. It keeps saying that your bandwidth is low.
Okay, I just continue then. I can hear you're just frozen. I wasn't sure. Okay, I just continue. So on the one hand, we have these women who, because in the different stages of a woman's life, the body changes. After children, when you get in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, there's so many body changes happening. And for some women, it's hard to accept those changes. And they feel ashamed of their body. They don't want to show their body. So they distract from any sexual intimacy. On the other hand, I met many women in their 50s say, I love sex. I love having sex with my husband, or sex in general. And what happens for them mainly is that they compare themselves with who they were when they were 20 or 30. And what happens then is you compare yourself, you don't add up to that comparison, and you feel ashamed again. So why should I do it? Because it's not worth it. And then we have those women who just have, we both know this, you know this probably as well from your own experience. At the beginning of a relationship, you have a lot of sex and it's amazing and you think everything is amazing and we can go on forever, every day, every night. And after a while, that changes. It becomes less. And what happens for some of the women is that the quality of sexual intercourse they have becomes very low. So the partner, the male partner, gets the orgasm, is happy, and the woman doesn't, because it might be rushed, it isn't exciting anymore. But the fact is, the woman doesn't get an orgasm anymore. So why would you do something that doesn't give you any rewards? And then it becomes this, let's get it over with. So he's happy, we quieten that voice, even though we don't have our pleasure, our reward. Now then you don't want to do it anymore. And you do it less and less and less. And that's when the relationship becomes a bit divided, because the husband still wants the wife, but the wife says, but I don't get what I want. So leave me alone.
Absolutely.
And it starts with not having sex. Yeah, and it goes into not having intimacy. So not even having the cuddle, not having the kissing, not having the hugs, not having the dinner dates where you just talk, where you build on the emotional intimacy. And then we start just dividing and living as roommates. And that's like, something went wrong. We don't know what. And it's because the woman didn't get that fulfilling sexual life that she deserves.
Absolutely. And it's like a catch-22, right? You never know what would have started and ignites the tension within the home, and it all just boils down to the intimacy that's no longer available. Now, what would be the best way, Anna, for people to get a hold of you so that they can get to learn more about what it is that you do and how you are helping people out there?
Well, the best way to find out more is over my website, annathellmann.com. You can send me an email at anna@annathellmann.com, or you can find me on LinkedIn.
Fantastic. Well, I really appreciate the time that you have spent with us today on the call. And thank you so much for sharing your insights, because this is a topic that not a lot of people have the opportunity to discuss. But I think we did our best today to iron out how you are actually helping people rediscover their own sexual intimacy, which rekindles their relationships. So thank you so much for the time you spent with us on the call today.
Thank you very much, Prosper. My pleasure.
Absolutely. And for those that are watching, remember, it's never too late to find the passion and fulfillment that you deserve. I want you to stay tuned for more inspiring stories and insights on the Online Prosperity Show. Until next time. This has been Prosper, Taruvinga, and Anna. We're both signing off. Bye for now.